Alright, so this is a private EC2 instance. You can see only private IP address is available. So I'm going to put this guy as a member of domain. So first of all, I'm going to change the DNS setting. Right, so select the IPv4 and open property. Okay, so before we set, let's check the current setup. Okay, so this is the current DNS setup. We can see only one DNS server is set, which is 10.0.0.2, right? So what we're going to change is just check this option, and then we are going to set our domain controller, which is 10.0.50.10, right? Right. So this is our domain controller, which is domain controller is also behave as a DNS. We also set this DNS server. Right, something like this. Then click OK, and then close all the windows. Right, next step is we are going to join this machine as a member of domain. So open the property of this computer. Right, click advanced setting. Go to the computer name, and then click this button. Now we can set the name of machine and also set the domain name. So let's do this. Alright, so this is the name of machine, devweb-en001, and the domain name is vg.cloud, and click OK. And click OK. Now you can see the welcome message here. So let's click OK. We are going to restart this machine to make this change effective. After a few minutes, it should be ready to log in to this machine. So before we log in, let's change the name of user. So I set the domain user. Right, so let's type a password. Okay, so let's check the status from the command line. So I'm going to type netconfig rdr. Right, so hit enter. So you can see the FQDN of this machine. Now it's a dev web en001 and the vg.cloud. So you can see in this name here too. And the login user is a tomato, and the domain information is veg.cloud. So we successfully make this machine as a member of veg.cloud domain. Okay, so next step is we are going to join this public machine as a member of veg.cloud. Okay, so let's close this connection, and then we are going to change the DNS setting. Right, so open the property of IPv4. We are going to apply the same setting, which is 10.0.50.10, which is our DNS server. And then we also set the default DNS 10.0.0.2, right? So that's it. So let's close all the window. And then now we are going to join to the veg.cloud domain. Alright, so click advanced setting here. And then go to the computer name and then change button. Now we are going to set the name of this machine. Alright, so name is dev mgren001 and the domain name is veg.cloud, and then click OK. So type the domain admin credential. Right. Now we got this welcome message. Click OK to close. Right. Now we are going to restart this machine. Okay, so I'm going to log into this public EC2 instance. So this time I'm going to type the domain user. Right? Now we can see the name of the user to log in. Okay, so let's check the status of this machine. Right, so we can see that this FQDN of this machine and then login user and domain name here. So we successfully joined this Veggie Cloud domain. Also, let's access to the private EC2 instance. Currently, we are in public EC2 instance, which is this EC2 instance. I'm going to log in to private EC2 instance using FQDN because they are in the member of the same domain. So they can communicate using FQDN instead of IP address. So let's check that. Open remote desktop and then type the FQDN of private EC2 instance instead of IP address. And then just make it easier. I just change the display size. Right? And then click connect. So this is the domain user. All right. So public EC2 instance understand the FQDN of private EC2 instance. Also, this private EC2 instance can access to this public EC2 instance using FQDN. So simply type the ping. So this is the name of public EC2 instance. So let's hit enter. As you can see, this FQDN was resolved to this IP address. This is because they are in the same member of domain. That's good.